Today is the 100th anniversary of Thinking Day. It's a day that we celebrate on February 22nd every year in the global guiding movement to advocate for issues that affect girls and women around the world. I'm Courtney Pache, your friendly neighborhood collections technician for human history at the Manitoba Museum. However, on Tuesday nights, I'm known exclusively as Guider Cortney. Let me talk to you a little bit about the history of guiding in my favorite branch, the Embers. The guiding movement was founded in 1910 as a response to girls lobbying to become part of Scouts. In 1914, a new branch of guiding was created that was called the Rosebuds. However, the girls really hated the name Rosebuds, and so they complained, and by championing a new name, Lord Baden-Powell, who's the founder of the guiding and scouting movements, decided to acquiesce, and they changed the name of that branch to Brownies. Brownies was named after a story about Brownies, a little Scottish elf-type character, written by Juliana Horatia Ewing. The name stayed the same until January of 2023, when the name was updated to Embers. What I have here to show you today are some objects in our collection, some artifacts that represent the Embers uniform over the century. You might be thinking, Courtney, were girls really this small in the 1920s? And the answer is no. This was actually a little handmade brownie uniform that was made for the daughter of a guider, so an adult leader, in a unit in St. James here in Winnipeg. The daughter who wore this was about 18 months old, and she would have accompanied her mom to meetings. You can actually see the title tape or the unit name on the shoulder of this little tiny uniform if we take a close look. Elements of the brownie uniform that I have to show you today are from the late 1980s or the 1990s. We have a little dress here, and it would have been worn with this little belt, which has a pouch where you would have kept your dues that you would pay to your unit every week, and also this little, almost like a chatelaine that you would use to put a pencil for any of your work. Guiding is often synonymous with scarves, and the scarf pattern from the late 80s and into the 90s for the Brownies or Embers branch was just this plain orange scarf that we can see here. Now, you might be thinking to yourself that wearing a dress isn't practical when you're hanging out outside and going camping, and you would be right. So eventually, guiding did introduce camp uniforms or more informal uniforms, and we can see that right here with this brown striped jersey t-shirt, which had both a pant option and also a short option depending on the weather. Thanks so much for joining me as we take a look behind the scenes at some of these really special pieces from our guiding collection. As always, I promise to do my best to be true to myself, my beliefs in Canada. I will take action for a better world and respect the Ember law. Thank you.